Thought I'd take another opportunity to do a quick walk around of my F3. What's this I see here? It's a clutch lever. Most of the Spyders don't have those because they have the semi-automatic transmission. But I chose to go with the SM6, the manual. One less thing to learn after transitioning from a motorcycle with two wheels. I really like the way those Mobile Pegasus decals look on the side there. Kind of gives a little life to the side, in other words, kind of stark black appearance. That is the Blue Ridge windshield, which of course did not come with the motorcycle because it is an F3 and not an F3S. It's okay, but most of the wind blast hits me right about at helmet level, which makes it kind of noisy. Could use a little bit of detailing, I know, but I'm getting ready to take it to Power Sports Pro to have its annual maintenance. It's been a good year. I hope to get some more riding in before it's too cold to do that. We'll see. Thanks for watching this. Well, howdy there, YouTubers. Welcome to my channel. Speedster Johnny here. Having a nice little ride on US Route 321. This is not the best part of the road, but there's some really good twisties coming up in a little while. This section of US 321 runs in between Pigeon Forge and Townsend. The Townsend side is what they call the quiet side of the Smokies, as opposed to the ballyhoo that takes place in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and places like that, which are, for lack of a better term, real tourist traps. Fun places, but you know, the quiet and the almost serene nature of Townsend is quite a welcome relief. I suppose at some point it'll get built up and overrun also. It's happening, but fortunately not very fast. US 321 is rather an unusual highway. In order to get home from here, I will have to go north on 321 south. No, I didn't misspeak. And it's kind of confusing, and I asked somebody who had lived in this part of the country for a long time, how can that be? How can you be heading south on 321 north or vice versa? But apparently, according to this person, it has something to do with where the road begins and where the road ends. But it is kind of an enigma to anybody that's trying to give directions to somebody that's not familiar with the area. I think it happened to me once when I was directing a group of the Speedster owners, which are the replica Porsche club that I've been involved with for years, how to get to where I was. And they followed my directions the best they understood them. But we wound up with them going into the national park, which was exactly the wrong place that I wanted them to be, where we were supposed to meet up. But hey, life's full of its little mysteries, isn't it? At least I found that to be true. For those of you that don't own Spyders, or for that matter Rikers at this point, I'm always available to answer specific questions that you might have about what is this experience like. Well, in a word, it's fun. And I mean big time fun. The Spyder handles beautifully on the twisties. What you have to do to keep it going through the curves is rather different than what you do on a two-wheeled motorcycle, but that kind of adds to the challenge. And once you get used to riding one of these, I think you probably would find it comes to you as second nature almost. But there's a little while when it is a bit of a challenge, not the least of which reason being that the steering is extremely sensitive. And this is probably one of the coolest curves on the whole road right here. I would not want to come tearing through here after having a little bit too much to drink. Could be, for all involved, rather a bad situation, whether that be me or the person I cross the center line and hit head on. There's a pleasant thought. But anyway, this is the best portion of the road for fun. I took my Speedster, which is a 57 Porsche Speedster replica, through here. Now that's not the car that you see on my home page, the little red car, which is also a 57 Porsche replica, but a cabriolet and not a Speedster. In thinking back, sometimes I wish I'd kept the Speedster. My wife liked that, and she never liked the red car at all. Didn't like the car, didn't like the builder, but it seemed to me to be quite a step up from the Speedster, which is a very elemental car in a lot of ways. I drove it one time to a real Porsche PCA, Porsche Club of America event, and I got nodding reviews, some favorable reviews about the car. But there is a certain amount of snobbery among the Porsche files, would you call them? Well, I don't know. But sure was a lot of fun. Great little car. There's a lot of them out there. Obviously, this is a rather well-traveled road. A lot of people heading over probably to Pigeon Forge, maybe to Dollywood, which is open to the public in spite of the COVID-19 dilemma that we're facing. But I'm hoping that they're doing their best to ensure that people wear masks and at some level keep some kind of social distancing. We've been members, my wife and I, of the Dollywood organization since we first arrived here in 2002. We have season passes, so to speak. And this allows us free parking, and it allows us access into the park. Not to mention, it gives us a discount on any food or item purchases we make while we're there. Pretty good deal. However, since I renewed my membership last winter, we've not been to the park once, because we're still kind of leery of what might happen if we were to go in and meet up with somebody who hasn't been as careful as we have, or get crowded in close quarters indoors. Underlying conditions are a fact of life with older Americans, whether it be heart issues or diabetes perhaps. Sarah and I are both advancing in our years. We do have underlying conditions, and to make matters worse, we have type A blood, which according to the studies in Hunan, China, is the worst kind of blood to have, worst type. For there's a statistical difference between the O's and the B's and the AB's and the A's. The A's apparently fare the worst if they should contract the virus. Well, phooey. We're going to stay safe. I still got my Spyder to ride, and plenty of glorious weather looking ahead into the colder months. It might be January or February where it's so cold that I can't ride. And I did do a video once, quite a while ago, I guess it was last winter, where I took a ride when it was 27 degrees. That's probably something I don't want to repeat, but it was a good test. I had some battery-powered electric gloves that didn't seem to provide a whole lot of heat, and I had lots of layers on, and including wearing my leather chaps. Now that should have helped a lot, but it didn't seem to help very much. Now we're coming into Townsend, nice little town, and it's the home of Wooden Strings, which is a really great acoustic instrument vendor. And the owner, Mike Clemmer, has been a dulcimer player and builder for many, many years. He builds beautiful instruments. I own one, and I'm very proud of it. Well, I probably should be signing off now. It's been a great ride. Most of them are. Anyway, you all be safe out there. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good day. And lots of them. Talk to you later. Bye.